Hello preparedness people, and welcome back to the Big's Prep. My name is Cynthia, and today we're gonna do a list of things you can do, a regular person with no money. You can prep for free for an upcoming economic collapse or a grid down situation, cyber attack, you name it. So if you're ready, press the like button and let's get right into it. The first thing that you can do this weekend to prepare for an upcoming economic collapse, grid down, cyber attack, whatever you want to call it, is fill up an old water jug. I know I've talked about it before, but an empty laundry jug is the bomb for getting water to flush your toilets with. You can fill this up with regular tap water, squirrel it away under your bathroom sink, and go ahead and have water to flush your toilet. It's amazing. And I have all these little juice jugs under here. These are all free, just, my little cranberry juice. We use this when the power goes out for the dogs and also to wash our dishes with. We can even drink it. It's not a big deal. These containers are super thick. Why waste them in the recycle bin? Fill them up, put them underneath your sink. And this has dish pods in it, like the dishwasher pods. Number 2, write down that favorite recipe. I'm not kidding. If there's no internet and you don't have access to your favorite recipe, go ahead and write it down. Get a little piece of scratch paper. I have been all about recipes. I love recipes, and I have been, anytime I get a really good recipe, I have been writing it down so that I can have it in case I don't have internet. I have been using index cards that I bought back when I was in college, when I cleaned out my writing desk, found them. You could honestly just use like a little, a little scratchy paper. Next up is to think of 7 off-grid meals that your family will enjoy. I don't care what it is, spaghetti, beanie weenies, you name it, just think of 7 things that maybe your family would like, pancakes, and get those into a meal plan. We're not talking about super healthy meals here. We're not trying to balance anything out. We're going with filling meals that you can prepare probably on a stovetop burner. Peanut butter and crackers with a side of applesauce, perfectly acceptable. We want our children and ourselves to be happy and full. Don't underestimate the power of a ramen noodle. Kids love them, adults love them, and they're delicious. Next up, get all the games in your house together. Make sure that you have printed out some rules for different card games. If you have a deck of cards in the house, put those together. If you have games that are floating around the house that maybe you need to get them all in one spot, puzzles, things like that, get everything together and make sure all the pieces are there. So if the power goes out or if you aren't able to leave your house, you'll have some entertainment for yourself and for those kiddos. Girlfriend, we are going in the corners of my house today. Here is my games bucket, where we have all kinds of games up there and decks of cards. There's Uno, Yahtzee, all kinds of things. Mr. Biggs, unless the power is out, he refuses to play games with me because I always win. He gets so upset. I try to let him win, but I am so competitive, I can't help it. Another thing that you can do this weekend for no money is you can make a list of everything that you use in a day to get ready in the morning. When you wake up and you open up your eyes and you put on your cute new glasses and get out of bed, what does it take to get you and your family ready? So I'm getting up in the morning. I know I want to use that and I'm gonna want to flush that. So do I have water? Next up, I want to wash my face, and I also want to brush my teeth. So I have toothpaste and toothbrush over there, brush my hair. Do I have some little wipes? Yes, to clean up the bathroom when I'm done. And I have water under there to flush my toilet with, so I'm all set in the bathroom. After I get dressed, I know that my dogs are going to want to be fed. Do I have extra dog food? Sure. And do they have water? Well, we just looked at water, so yes, we know that they do have water. I'm going to want something to eat. Don't mind my dirty dishes. The dark side of YouTube. Usually I have a protein shake for breakfast in the morning. Do I have water to make myself a protein shake? Well, I guess I do. Don't forget about your coffee. If there's no internet, it's not a big deal to make your coffee in the morning. But if there's no power, how are you going to do that? We have instant coffee ready to go. look at your lighting situation. If there happen to be a cyber attack, grid down, or some sort of problem where there weren't any lights, a natural disaster, look at your lighting situation. Do you have candles in your house as part of your decor? Do you have lighters to go with them? Maybe just look around the house and scout around. Do you have solar lights outside? And maybe you could think about bringing those in if there was no power. That's a great way to start. I know that I've shown these before. I have battery operated candles all over my house. They just have a little, you just click them on. These are brighter than you would think. This is also a battery operated candle here in the kitchen by the stove. It's just part of the decor. This little flashlight guy, ready to go by the door here. And this big flashlight, that can also be used as part of protection because that thing is heavy. So I know a lot of YouTubers and videos want, they have these fancy things, solar chargers and all. Just don't worry about that. Worry about what you can do this weekend for free. Let's think protection for a minute. Protection is going to be very important in a cyber attack grid down. A lot of people have those Ring doorbells or that kind of video surveillance of their front door. Maybe your security system runs off of the internet. I know that I have a lock in my house that is dependent on batteries. If there's no batteries, if there's a Kensington event, if there's some sort of cyber attack, do your windows close and lock? There's a lot of things to consider for protection that don't involve the Second Amendment fire stick things. My lighting is crazy. Let's talk protection for a minute. The biggest thing that you can do to protect yourself in a grid down situation is to make sure that all the stuff in your yard is picked up. Lock your shed. Be able to lock your shed. There are so many implements in your shed that are able to smash out your windows, things that are in there that are good to steal. So make sure that you do a walk around your house. Hi, kitty. Hi, Tink. Do a walk around that house and pick up any items that people may use or think that are of value. Going online and looking at some videos, reading some articles about how to secure your shed and your tools would be an amazing thing to do today for free. Next up is correspondence. I am a huge believer in doing the things that need to be done now. If you've been meaning to call your grandma or your auntie, if you've been meaning to send out a letter or reach out to an old friend, now is the time to do it. We have the internet. Pick up the phone and give them a call, because I'm going to tell you that the regret of not touching base with someone and being able to tell them that you love them during a cyber attack or grid down, there's no more internet, there's no more cell phones. That's going to be something that you feel deep down is, oh my gosh, I wish I would have talked to this person one more time. For correspondence, go ahead and send out a couple of note cards if you want to do that. Make sure that you make those phone calls, emails, video calls, things like that, so that there's not that regret if something does happen that you weren't able to contact your loved one that one last time. I just bought another battery operated candle because I am a crazy person with these things. On a happier note, let's get the laundry done. I have to remind myself that every time my laundry is caught up, I am prepping. That's a real thing. Listen, I know better than anyone that sometimes life just catches up with me and my laundry falls behind. Now is a great time to get those through the washer and dryer, get them folded, and get them put away. If you have the energy or the time, you might even do a little inventory. How many pairs of socks does your son have? How many pairs of underwear? Do you need to pick up any more? This would be a wonderful weekend to get that laundry caught up, and it doesn't cost you anything. I also know from experience that after about 3 days, that laundry smells so bad. If you don't do any of the other preps, laundry would be my number one. Let's talk documents. I know that a lot of people maybe wake up in the middle of the night, they're like, where's my social security card? Where's my kids' birth certificates? Do I even have those? And you know that they're kind of somewhere, maybe tucked in a baby book or something like that. Now is the time to gather those documents, to put eyes on them, to put hands on them and get them all in one spot. Let's talk documents for a second. These documents, these are the dog shot records. Cookie Lou just went to the vet and got her shots. And then here is all of our documents: Social Security card, birth certificates, copies of driver's licenses, deeds to our houses. All the things are in this, titles to the cars. Everything is in this box. It's easy to pick up, ready to go. There's the dog tags. Just pick it up and run away with it. I'll tell you that in the state of Florida, during a hurricane, they will turn you away from a shelter. Some of them will, some of them won't, but some of them will turn you away from a shelter if you do not have current shot records in your hand for your animal, which is a very sad thing, because either your animal has to go or you have to go, and you're putting yourself at big risk. So make sure your pet's documents are just as important as yours. Next up, while the internet's running and we want to save some money so that we can prep on another weekend, we're going to download some apps like Gas Buddy or Ibotta, things where you can save money. They're free and you can start looking for some good deals. I also have apps on my phone for all of the grocery stores so that I can look at their flyers and see what is on sale and what I can stock up on at a low price. Drop your favorite money-saving app in the comments down below and let's help each other out.
I have my apps organized in my phone to a special folder. I like the Winn-Dixie app because I'm always looking for deals on their weekend sales. There's some soup on sale this week that I would definitely stock up on. I also like the Harvey's app, which is also owned by Southeast Grocer. I go to that store sometimes, not as often as I do the Winn-Dixie. Next up, Dollar General. I love the Dollar General app. You can use their clippable coupons, and every Saturday they have $5 off $25 worth of sales. That's a great app.
Number 11, my bonus is clean out your fridge and your freezer and your pantry. If you have anything that's expired past the best by date, anything that needs to be used up, your family's not eating, now is the time to get them in your meal rotation. Make room for when you can purchase some items. This is a great weekend to just get into that freezer and pull out those old chicken thighs. Maybe you didn't do anything with them. Google a recipe, Pinterest a recipe, get those chicken thighs into someone's belly and make room in your freezer for some of those deals from the apps that we just downloaded.
I just completed a pantry challenge and freezer challenge in November, January, and February with a bunch of my other favorite YouTubers. We did a little collaboration, so there's some inspiration to dig into that freezer and pantry and use up what might be lingering.
Thank you so much for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. I, for one, am going to be prepping for free this weekend. I don't have a lot of money to toss around for preps, so Mr. Biggs and I are doing a couple of no-spend weekends, and I still want to get some preparedness items in my arsenal. Thank you again, and remember everybody, I would rather be a year early than a day late, and I'm going to go write down a recipe right now.